Hey guys, if you are someone who struggles giving yourself grace, if you make mistakes or you notice imperfections and you really have a hard time accessing compassion and love and letting yourself know it's okay that you have screwed up, it's okay that you're not perfect, it's okay that you have flaws, it's okay you have lots of flaws. If you struggle with that and you're constantly hating on yourself and beating yourself up, I want you to listen really closely to this. What grace is undeserved mercy, right? So a lot of times we have trouble giving ourselves grace because of two things. One of them is we have an idea about prerequisites, right? Like what qualifies somebody to receive grace. And you'll know what your prerequisites are if you think about, well, who would it be really easy to give grace to? Maybe it's your kids. Maybe it is someone who was born without the resources you were born without. Maybe it is someone who's just gone through a really hard time, who's just lost someone that matters to them. Super easy to give that person grace, right? Maybe somebody that's really stressed out, somebody that go through and ask yourself, who would it be easy for me to give grace to right now? Why? What is it about them and their life, the expectations I have for them, that makes it so easy to be compassionate and to say, oh, it's okay. Get up, try again, right? Those are your prerequisites. And what I want you to notice is that just the fact that it's easy to give them grace because it's logical for you indicates that that's not even actually grace, right? Grace is, I don't deserve for you to treat me well, and you're treating me well. Whether or not you deserve it is not the point here. But notice that you're saying, okay, well, it's logical, it's reasonable to give that person grace, and so I will. And that's still compassion. There's still goodness in that, right? To give that person a break. But grace happens when you actually deserve something different and you are not given it. Christ died for us. He gave us grace, not because we deserve to be died for, but because of him. So there's a little distinction there. If your brain thinks it'd be easy to give grace in this scenario, you're thinking about something else. That's not grace. Grace is saying it is okay. Go again. Let's go. You still are worth everything, and here is your chance. Have another chance, right? That's grace. You are the one who actually meets the prerequisites for grace in the moment of your biggest error and mistake and flaw. Okay? That's number one to notice. The second thing you might be doing is that your brain might think if you give yourself grace, you will stop moving forward. You will stop trying to better yourself. You will sit like a bump on a log, or whatever metaphor I want to mix, a lump on a bog. You'll sit there and you'll just stagnate in your flaws. And this is not what Jesus shows us with the way that he came and he died for us and he gave us grace. And now we're supposed to improve ourselves. Now we're supposed to make our lives more like him. The law was there before Christ died to show us what was needed and how we couldn't do it. Then he gave us grace, and now we have the power to actually do something about it. So notice, grace comes and then the change happens. He doesn't say, okay, grace is here for you at the end after you have improved and perfected your life. No, he says, believe. Now you have my grace. Then you get the chance to improve on something. So this lie that we've told ourselves, which is, well, if I give myself grace, now I won't be able to achieve these things. Now I will never improve my life. It's just totally false. That's not how it works. Christ shows us that. So those two things may be getting in your way. The fact that, the idea that you don't deserve it, or need a prerequisite, and the idea that I'm losing what I just said. The idea that you can't change if you've been given it. It's the opposite. So what I want you to consider is, I'm exactly the right person to give grace to. I'm capable of giving grace to a person who is very 100% flawed, makes all the mistakes. I can do that too because God is living in me and is giving grace through me. So I can see that person who's so messed up and I can give that person grace because that's what grace is. That's what Christ did. And then see yourself, right? Give that to yourself. And know that that's the start. If you want to change something, grace is the beginning. Because if you're giving yourself grace and you're going, it's okay, you get another chance. You get another chance. You get another one and another one. If you're doing that, it stops becoming this, oh my gosh, I'm miserable and I have to change yesterday in order to start feeling better, in order to receive grace. Now it becomes, okay, since I have grace and I'm okay and everything's fine, Maybe I take a small step instead of a huge one that burns me out. Maybe I try and fail and try again. Maybe it's okay to try and fail now since I'm not in such a desperate need to change. Maybe I don't change for a while and I watch myself to see what the actual problem is. We don't pay any attention to ourselves, you guys. We just like run around frantically trying to solve a problem we haven't even identified yet. So grace allows you to do those things. I want you to offer this to yourself and to keep coming back to Christ, which is a bonus, right? Maybe at the ultimate point. Keep coming back to him until you can start to see that this really works. And we know it works because he did it, but we also know it works because of empirical data. I want to like hold your face. Take this and go and give yourself grace with your flaws and see what happens. And come back to ask me questions if you have them. I hope this helps. Bye-bye.